Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me get this coffee ready, because, man, this mushrooms coffee's a bit cold. All right. Just want to say good morning to y'all on this, what is it, Tuesday? I want to say good morning to y'all. Hope you guys enjoying y'all morning by far. Take this coffee, get ready for work, get your money. That's what it's all about in the end, because this economy is, it's fucked up. I'm trying not to curse, but reality is just such a B right now that it's. But anyway, I want to talk about this, and I'm going to leave it as is. All right. Honestly, man, how I'm starting to feel about you Wentz fanboys is really making me sick. It just gets worse year after year. It's like, okay, first of all, let me just say this. You miss Wentz. You appreciate Wentz for his time. All right, cool. I respect it. That's your take. That's your opinion. You had, and then, that's when you have your lane to stay in, and we all have ours when it comes to our opinion. You feel me? Not everybody's going to feel the same way you feel. But where y'all starting to cross the line is that when y'all started to question our fandom, talk about how we don't know ball, we ain't real fans, we ain't none of that, we move on from Wentz, that's when I gotta say, fuck you. All right? Fuck you. Yeah, this is going to be one of them videos I'm definitely going to be cursing a little more. So I'm going to, I would strongly, advise y'all to get your kids out the room, put your headphones on, turn the radio down if you're at work, whatever. All right? So whatever happens moving forward, that's on you. All right? This ain't one of those, well, this ain't going to be one of those family-friendly videos. Let me just say that, all right? Now, I'm going to say it once again. If you are a fan of Wentz, cool, I respect it. But don't insult my fandom or anyone else's fandom just because we don't feel the same way you feel. That's when I gotta say, fuck you. Fuck you and your community. Like, if you that much of a Wentz fanboy to the point that you gotta pull friendly fires, go be a Vikings fan. Go be a Vikings fan. I was a fan of this team way before Wentz came here. Way before. I'm not going to talk so much about the Randall Cunningham because, I was young. By the time, when he was here, I was like, what, 5 or 6 years old by the time he departed? The only thing I can remember from when I started following football, and I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all, most likely when it started registering for sure was when Bobby Hoying was playing. The Bobby McNabb. Then came Donovan McNabb. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me because I'm getting all these spam calls and everything. All right, cool. So yeah. Sorry, somebody gave me a call. All right. So, I've been a fan way before Wentz came in. And yes, for y'all to say that we need to appreciate Wentz, see, that call just kind of threw me off. My bad. So yeah. Wentz, God damn it, where was I at? So yeah, man. Yes, I appreciate the time that Wentz brought. As a matter of fact, I was one of the biggest Wentz supporters. from when he got drafted, package to get him, dealing with the whole Wentz and Dak debate. When Wentz had great games, but the times that he lost, here come all those Cowboy fans trashing him and everything. I still stuck up for Wentz, even when he had his worst moments. His worst moment ever. His worst moment ever from what I can first remember. At least his first one was when he, after we won the Super Bowl, and he threw, we played against the Saints. He threw 3 interceptions, looked like complete garbage that game. So many people came into the chat. I was still defending Carson Wentz. Still. When it came to the point where the team chose between Carson Wentz and Nick Foles, I still stuck up for him. The times when Carson Wentz got injured, I stuck up for him. You name it, I was there. To the point, so many people have threatened to unsubscribe from me because I was still defending Carson Wentz. You name it. I defended him. I was one of those guys. Even though, and back to the Foles thing, I didn't exactly agree with us choosing Wentz over Foles, but I understood because Wentz was younger. We gave up a whole lot to get him. I understood it, and I still remain loyal to the starting franchise quarterback himself. At least that was my mindset. I wasn't gonna say anyone else should or whatever. If anything, just don't watch the game. I stuck up for him. Even when the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts, I stuck up for Wentz, and I said Jalen Hurts we just doing some bogus excuse that I came up with. Yeah, we just drafted Jalen Hurts because the whole Wildcat thing, and because we're gonna do what the Saints did, like the whole the Wildcat, with Drew Brees and Taysom Hill, and then we also like how Donovan McNabb and Michael Vick did it. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So that's why we drafted Jalen Hurts. Carson Wentz is the quarterback. We paid him that kind of money. Hey, Jalen Hurts ain't gonna be the starter. I defended Wentz to the very end, but. But when it came to the point that, as a matter of fact, when they fired Doug Peterson to work things out with Carson Wentz, to work things out with him, I tried to stick up for him right there. But the very moment he started holding out, he quit on the team, asked to get traded, he goes to Indianapolis Colts. That was the moment right there is when I felt betrayed. I felt disrespected. My loyalty, my commitment, everything was all for nothing. That is when I realized, well, for sure, that he was truly a quitter. I wouldn't say he was as bad as Ben Simmons, but he was fair in that category. That was the day I said, to hell with Carson Wentz. Many people laughed at me. I deserved it. I ate my words, ate my crow. That right there was the day I said, this very soon because I'm getting calls and everything. That was the day I said, fuck Carson Wentz. If you're going to be a quitter, you refuse to be about that freaking, God damn it. The day that you quit, you want to be a coward, you don't want to compete and everything for your position. That was the day I said, fuck Carson Wentz. Quitters have no place in this city. Y'all want to say, oh, you appreciate the time that he was in Philly. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have won a Super Bowl and everything. All right, cool. I agree with that. He put us in that position. But never forget, as a matter of fact, tell the whole story. Tell the whole story. Nick Foles finished the job. Carson Wentz put us in playoff contention, but Nick Foles finished the job. So if you're going to tell the story, finish it. Don't just half-ass it. Tell the full story. Who won us the Super Bowl in the end? It was Nick Foles. He's the hero. He's the savior. And if he was the new franchise quarterback moving forward, I would have been all for it. Because he was the man that did it. People say he wouldn't even play on Tom Brady's level. He was rightfully the underdog. Everyone gave up on the Eagles when Carson Wentz got hurt. Even after how we played those last two games, I think it was one against the Raiders, the Giants, I believe, and the Cowboys. I think those are the three games. I think it was the Raiders, I believe. Yeah, it was the Raiders. It was the Giants, I believe, and the Cowboys. Now, we'll never find out if Wentz would have lost that Super Bowl, but you know what? I'd rather not find out. It is what it is. I'd rather not find out, especially not how he looked right now. But yeah, I was willing to give him a chance. I was willing to give him a chance when we moved on with Wentz over Foles. I was willing to move on. He had his opportunity. Many of us accepted him. This was his chance to bring that MVP caliber back. It was, but he failed. Not once, not twice, maybe what, 3 years? 3 seasons in? He failed. You can't be mad at us for that. And then he quit the way he did? Fuck that guy. You damn right I'm done with Wentz. To hell with that guy. This ain't nothing personal, but from a football standpoint, fuck that guy. He is a quitter. He's a coward. And if you don't like that, then go fucking kick rocks. If you still want to latch on to Wentz, fine. That's on you. But don't you question my loyalty, my commitment, my everything for this logo because of one player, a quitter, a coward, a piss poor of a leader at that. It's bad enough that half of the team gave up on Wentz. But you don't want to talk about that, though. You don't want to talk about that, though. Y'all don't. Half of the team gave up on him. There was a time I even questioned the team for doing that, but I didn't know the full story. But yeah, I was such a Wentz supporter, a Wentz apologist, that I stuck by him despite all the red flags that he showed. So yeah, take it from this former Wentz apologist to say, fuck y'all, fuck Wentz. And yeah, and if you don't like it, go be a Vikings fan, because I promise you, nobody's going to miss you. Nobody's going to care. You can go, go ahead, fucking go. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And Maverick, hey, bro, with all due respect, bro, I don't want to hear it, bro. I thought you was done with Hurts at times. Didn't you bash Hurts as well? Say don't insult my elite quarterback. You definitely told me for sure that you was done with Wentz, team Hurts and everything, and you was right. Hurts was doing his thing. And then there were times you bash Hurts. What's up with that, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. I thought you was done with Hurts a long time ago. Unless you apologize and admit that you're wrong, I don't freaking know. But anyway, you was mad then. Yeah, okay. We all were mad, but hey, anyway. Anyway, man. I'm gonna end this because I gotta return some calls. But yeah, man, I just want to say, man, it's all good, bro. I'll admit, yeah, shield over player. Exactly. Shield. What's up, Joey Chase? Hope all is well, bro. Hope all is well for you. Yeah, to hell with Wentz. To hell with Wentz. What's going on, Denari? Hope all is well with you. But I'm gonna have to end this call. I mean, I had to end the stream soon, man, because you know everybody's blowing up my phone and everything. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, man, yeah. So hell yeah, fuck Carson Wentz. None on some personal shit, but as a football player, fuck him. As long as he's on the opposing team, he's an enemy. He's an enemy as far as I'm concerned. Fuck that guy. As a matter of fact, I kind of forgot that he was even on the was still in the NFL until the last couple of weeks ago. How dare you insult our loyalty, our commitment to the shield, to the brand, to the logo? How dare you insult our fandom just because we moved on from Wentz? Did he moved on from us when we went to the Colts? He moved on from us. You expect us to latch on like some crazy ex-girlfriend? Fuck that. And fuck you. Don't say we're not real fans. And I was one of the biggest fans at that. I literally bought his jersey before his first season as an Eagle even started. And you damn right, I ripped that name tag off. As a matter of fact, shout out to Philly girl. She was there. I slammed that name tag on the ground, wiped my ass with it, spat on it, stomp on it, you name it. I did it all. And I said, fuck that guy. It's also safe to say Wentz got PTSD when he goes against Philly. Even at our worst, Wentz definitely got that PTSD. The only player he latched on was LaShawn McCoy and Deshaun Jackson. It was because they was treated poorly. Yeah. They were definitely treated poorly. But that's Chip Kelly for you. That's Chip Kelly for you. He was treated poorly. Evan Mathis was treated poorly. We got traded to the Broncos and they won the Super Bowl that same year. Like it was insane how that whole thing went down. But anyway, the only player I latched on, man, was I guess you could say without a doubt, Brian Dawkins. How that whole thing ended, for sure. But I'm gonna have to end this stream, man. I mean, it kind of ended a little too soon. But I might have to make this to a regular video because you know I really messed up. Like I was on the flow and everything. Then all these calls started happening. But anyway, I just want to say, man, fuck Carson Wentz. Logo, it's all about. It ain't like, and someone always said it. Shout out to Simons. He said it best. He was the first man I've heard it from when he said this. So I would gladly give him credit when I say this. It ain't about the name on the back of the jersey. It's about the name in the front, the logo, the brand, everything is all up front. Can't even believe, like, see, I try to leave it like, I leave it, our opinions, everything. But when y'all start questioning our knowledge, our commitment, our everything for the team over one player that wasn't even on the team for that long, that's when we have a problem. That's when we have a problem. So, and karma caught up on his ass several times because he has not been the same. He might have had a great season with the Colts, but that was about it. Still no playoff wins. Still no playoff wins. Still no MVP season since. Hell, the amount of fans that stuck up for him, not even half of them was as committed as us. They weren't as, like, none of that. None of that. Carson Quitter Wentz. Damn right. More like Coward Wentz, Carson Coward Wentz, whatever you want to call it. He had it all when he was in Philly. He could have had a playoff win. Had he not went out the way he did, he would have had a playoff win. Maybe a ring. But we'll never find that out. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. But yeah, there's so many people that deserves way more defense than Carson Wentz. That's for dang sure. But it is what it is. I'm going to say it once again. Go be a Vikings fan if you're done with Wentz. But I made my decision a long time ago. I made my decision. He actually told me a lot of things. Be more realistic. Take it easy when it comes to committing to certain players. Because that's the day I realized, like, players really do come and go. But one thing that always stays behind is the logo, the colors itself. That's what stays behind. And he showed his true colors. No remorse on he had no remorse on none of that until like years later when the Eagles started winning again, going back to the Super Bowl. And you know what's funny? A lot of y'all said the Eagles were going to fall off. We will never be the same. That Super Bowl in 2017 and 2018 will forever will be a fluke. Y'all name it. Carson Wentz giving us one of the biggest dead cap in NFL history. But who fixed that real quick though? Howie himself. Wentz put us in one of the craziest debt. What was it, like 70 or 80 something over the cap? Someone correct me, but I mean, yeah, Wentz did that. He walked out like a coward, never looked back, didn't care, none of that. And guess what? Karma caught up on his ass because shit ain't been the same since. Shit has not been the same since. I don't even think he played a whole season with another team since he left. Where did he go? He went to Indianapolis, got rid of his ass the following day. He went to where? I can't even say this in order, but whatever. He went to the Chiefs, got rid of his ass the following year. Let me start over. He went to the Colts, got rid of him the following year. Went to the Chiefs, got rid of him the following year. Freaking to the Rams, got rid of him the following year. The freaking the Washington football team, Commanders, whatever, got rid of him the following year. His ass got cut. And now he's with the Vikings. And this is why the Vikings, y'all will never, ever be as competitive until y'all know how to, never mind, I said it. Never mind, that's right. Y'all got J.J. McCarthy, but he actually got hurt. My bad. Let me take that back. My bad. I forgot. Y'all drafted J.J. McCarthy. But maybe y'all should build an offensive line, though. Maybe y'all should build an offensive line. I will say that. Build an offensive line. I mean, at least the Vikings learned. The Vikings learned. The Broncos eventually learned when they drafted, I don't know when they drafted Bo Nix, but he's looking like a solid quarterback. Oh, and by the way, shout out to the Broncos for putting an end to the Giants Super Bowl run. I say this all the time, man. Every single time the Giants beat the Eagles, which is a very few, every single time they always get hyped. They always have this Super Bowl hype or whatever, the Super Bowl parade. And the following week, they lose just like that. Anyway, that's another time. But yeah. Let me, all right, I got to take this call. All right, I'm going to end the stream right now. You guys have yourself a good one. Man, fuck Carson Wentz. Brandon Graham coming back. Honestly, I'm not really happy about Brandon Graham coming back. I mean, well, let me change that. It's that bad that Brandon Graham has to come out of retirement. It's unfortunate. It's that bad. There's so many defensive players that we could have claimed off a practice squad or in a free agency. Brandon Graham is up there in age, respectfully. I'm always going to respect the legend and everything, but the man should be staying retired as a champ. He should be staying retired as a champ, enjoying his rightful, his time with the family and everything. It's that bad. And I respect Brandon Graham's commitment, his loyalty to the team and everything. I respect that. But if we're gonna have this man break out of his retirement, you might as well bring CJ back as well. Because defense, listen, the defense did what they could to stop Carson Wentz, but if it was someone much more talented, it wouldn't be a good look. It would not be a good look. But anyway, I'm going to end it right there. It's on to the Giants. Fuck Carson Wentz. Like this video. If you made it this far, it'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, man, I'm going to end it like that. You guys have yourself a good one. Until next time.